Hey guys, it's Troy with DIY Home and Auto. I was in the market for a new code reader. I started looking around and I found the brand Innova. I'll put links down below to all of these. Today we're going to look at two different models with varying feature set so that you can kind of compare and contrast kind of a base model and entry level one that does the simple things, right? Reset your check engine light, read your codes, basically give you the bare minimum detail of what you need to start diagnosing and fixing your car. The next step up comes with something called Fix Assist. Is Bluetooth connected. We're going to check all of that out. I've got a car that has check engine lights on. A mechanic has actually already replaced parts on that car, and the check engine light comes back on 2 or 3 drives later, so it's anywhere from 5 miles to 20 miles later the check engine light comes back on. The owner of that car is pretty frustrated and wants that fixed, so we're going to use that as our example for testing these two different code readers out. The two that we're talking about, that is the Innova 5023. That's the lower end model, does kind of the bare minimum basics. And then the other one is right down here at the bottom, the 3120f as in Frank. Available on Amazon. I'll put a link down below so you know exactly which model we're talking about. But this one does all sorts of things. Reset your oil change light, ABS, has the Fix Assist. So this, I'm not sure exactly what that means yet, but it sounds awesome, right? So we're going to test that out. Could be a challenging situation, but we're going to put this to the test and see if we can do it. But we're going to scan it with this one, compare and contrast, and see if we can get this thing diagnosed. We're going to unbox this first so that we can see what's in it. Alright, so again, this is the Innova code reader 3120f as in Frank. Links down below. But let's open this thing up. Yeah. So, plastic clamshell that has the actual code reader in it. Set that aside. Inside the box, there's a USB cable, instruction manual, and that's it for inside the box. And that is where all the weight is. There's quite a bit of weight behind that thing. Oh, all the connectors. Many different kind of connectors. And those plug in to the top of the scanner. Looks like that's the ODB2 connector. That's probably the one we'll use more than any of these others. Lots of different adapters. Let's set all those aside, and then we'll go test this thing out and see what we got. Also, the 3120f requires 3 AA batteries. So I'm putting 3 AA batteries in it, and then we'll go out to this car and test this thing out. Just like that. Now we should be ready to go. Let's do this. Alright, so the first one we're going to use is the Innova 5023. This is the more base model version of the scanner. Simply comes in an ODB2 connection, so there's no option for any other vehicle besides the ones that have the ODB2, which these days is most of them. So let's get this thing plugged in, read the codes, and see what this one tells us about this car. It's doing its scan now. I'm glad the door stopped beeping. Alright, so this particular code reader gives us a P1130, but it says there's 4 stored here. Fuel system fault. The second code is a P0106. Manifold absolute pressure, circuit range, performance. Same thing on code number 3, P0106. And then back again to P1130. That's an AF sensor circuit range performance bank 1 sensor 1. Okay, so that's what the first one tells us. It also gives a status light that's bright red. Probably cannot see that. There's probably no way to get that to focus on there. You can kind of see that red light right there is the indicator that this car is not ready for an emissions test. So any state that requires emissions test, this car will currently fail. So we've got to get that fixed, which is one of the reasons why we're working on this car. So let's try this other code reader and see if we get any more detailed diagnostic information than this. Alright, so this is the 3120f, and one of the cool features about this one might be hard to tell, but there's an LED light shining down inside there. So when you're down here searching underneath for the ODB2 connector, it'll be lit up so you can actually see where it's going. That is a handy feature. I happen to know exactly where this one is because I've worked on this car before. So I'm just gonna plug it in. Alright, so it also sees 4 stored codes. P1130, which we already know about. Let's see, so this one says AF sensor circuit range performance bank 1 sensor 1. DTC severity 3 of 3. Stop and repair vehicle immediately to prevent interrelated failures. AFS signal circuit or ground circuit is open. The next code, here we go. P0106, so same code as the other code reader. Manifold absolute pressure, barometric pressure, circuit range performance. Code 3 of 4 is the same, P0106. And the last one is back to that AF circuit range performance, bank 1, sensor 1. Alright, so my final thoughts on the Innova car code scanners. If you're going to be using, just this for personal use, not very often, just to troubleshoot some simple things on your own vehicle or vehicles, as long as they're 1996 or newer and uses the ODB2 connector, the 5023 is probably going to do everything that you need it to. You'll still have to do some Google searching and whatnot to figure out exactly what your codes mean and that sort of thing. But it'll do just what you need to. You wouldn't go wrong with this. If you're a more advanced user, you have some older vehicles pre-1996, need the ODB1 connectors, the 3120f might be the better option for you. Overall, the Fix Assist, a simple Google search, I was able to figure out exactly what that Fix Assist was. I just typed in the exact wording of that, and I was able to solve that car's problem. I had to order a part and put the part in, check engine code is gone. I'll post the link to the fix video for that car that I worked on using this. Fairly simple, straightforward, was able to solve the problem fairly easily. So if you're looking for a more advanced code scanner, I didn't test all of the features with this. I'm sure that I'll get more versed in all of the features as I try this out more and more. Like, I didn't try the Bluetooth capabilities and the app on my phone. You're already holding this in your hand, so I'm not sure exactly what that piece does. Maybe they'll test that out in the future. If I do, I may post an update video and link it here as well. But either way, you will not go wrong with the Innova brand. Very well made, they feel solid in your hand. They do exactly what they say they'll do, and they're available easily on Amazon. Links down below to these products and other tools that I use as a driveway mechanic myself. So this is Troy with DIY Home and Auto, Innova car code scanners. Checking out. Thanks, guys. The car's working great, so I'll post the link to that fix video. So I'll post the fix to that link. Oh my gosh. I'll post the link to that fix video. Oh my gosh, let's try that again.